Yes. So in this lecture, we are going to see the nucleic acid structure, functions, and the properties. Screen is visible to everyone? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So what is this nucleic acid and what is the importance of this nucleic acid? Okay, as a biomolecule. So it plays a very vital role to transfer the genetic information from one generation to another generation. Means it is a basic unit. Then basically there are two primary constituents of the nucleic acids, DNA and the RNA. Okay, DNA means deoxyribonucleic acid. D means what? D means which deprives. Okay, deprives means there is a no presence of oxy group at the 2' position of this ribonucleic acid. That's why it is known as the deoxy. D means which deprives of the oxy group at the 2' position. So it is called as the deoxyribonucleic acid. And second one is the ribonucleic acid, means RNA. These two are the molecular repository of the genetic information. Apart from the DNA and the RNA, there are the nucleotides are also there. Okay, these nucleotides are also structural components of the many metabolic intermediates and the enzyme cofactors. Okay, this DNA and RNA, it is make up or it is made of the many nucleotides. Okay, means if there is a nucleotide chain, then we can call it as a DNA and the RNA. Okay, but simple nucleotide or one nucleotide, two nucleotide, they act as a structural components of the metabolic intermediates and also act as an enzyme cofactor. For example, NAD plus, FAD plus. Okay, yes, and it is very important. After studying this, you will get a knowledge about the various biological processes which are undertaken by our body at the molecular level. Okay, yes. So what is the historical perspective of this nucleic acid? Okay, first of all, there is a one scientist, okay, Frederick Mischer. He is a scientist. He was as a 25-year old, and he isolated nucleus white blood corpuscles, means WBC cell. Okay, he isolated the nucleus of that WBC, and what he found that in that nucleus there is a something phosphate rich component is there. Okay, and that phosphate rich component, he gave name to that phosphate rich component as a nucleus. Okay, so he is the first founder this DNA, but he didn't know what is this genetic material. He just found a phosphate rich substance is there, and he gave name the nuclein. Okay, why? Because it is present in the nucleus. That's why he gave the name as a nuclein. Then this nucleic acid, it is a hereditary determinants of the living organisms. Okay, and these are the macromolecules. Nucleic acid is also macromolecules, which is made up of from the small monomeric unit, and monomeric unit is a nucleotide. Okay, and this is present in the living cells either in the free states or bound to the protein. Okay, either this RNA or DNA, it is present as a free in the free state in the nucleus, or it is bound to the proteins. Which protein? Histone protein. Okay, it is bound to the nucleoprotein or histone proteins. Same as like that of the protein, the nucleic acid are also biopolymer. Okay, it is with the high molecular weight and which is made up of from the small units of the mononucleotide as the repeating units. Okay, just a amino acid means what? Protein is a biopolymer which is made up of from the long chain of amino acids. So amino acids are the monomeric unit of the protein. The same way, the mononucleotide or the nucleotide are the monomeric unit of this biopolymer nucleic acid. Yes, the elementary composition is means what type of the atoms are present in this, like the carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and the phosphorus. Yes, then nucleic acid chemistry. Okay, there are two types of the nucleic acid, DNA and the RNA, deoxyribonucleic acid and the ribonucleic acid. So DNA and RNA, it is made up of from the basic three component, phosphate group, pentose sugar, and the nitrogenous base. So this phosphate group, it is very important. We can also call it as a phosphoric acid. And pentose sugar, two types of the sugar. In the DNA, D2-deoxyribose sugar is there, and in the RNA, D-ribose sugar is there. Okay, yes, and the nitrogenous bases, there are 4 to 5 different kinds of the nitrogenous bases are also there. Okay, yes. Then nucleic acid chemistry. There are two types, nucleoside and nucleotide. Okay, nucleoside means what? It is made up of from the basically two components, nitrogenous bases and the pentose sugar. Okay, pentose sugar, it is either ribose sugar or D2-deoxyribose sugar. Okay, nucleoside means what? The phosphate group is absent, only base and the sugar is present. Okay, and nucleotide means what? Nitrogenous bases plus phosphate sugar plus phosphoric acid means phosphate group. Only difference between nucleoside and nucleotides are what? In nucleoside, phosphate group is not there, and in the nucleotide, phosphate group is there. Okay, that's why the nucleotides, also known as the esters of the nucleoside. Phosphoric acid esters of the nucleoside. Okay. Yes. Then what are the different kinds of the nitrogenous bases? There are the two different types of the nitrogenous bases, pyrimidine and the purines. Okay. These are the two different kinds of the nitrogenous bases which are present in the DNA and the RNA. Okay. So what is mean by the pyrimidine? Pyrimidine means what? Pyrimidine, it is a 6-member ring. Okay. In which 2 nitrogen atoms are there. Okay. And the 3 double bonds are there. It is a planar molecule. And the general formula is C4H4 and N2. Now see, concentrate here. See the structure of pyrimidine. Okay, remember this. And here numbering system, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So numbering here, it is given from this nitrogen. Okay, nitrogen which is present at the base. Okay, we can call it as a nitrogen, and the numbering, above numbering is given in a clockwise manner. In case of the pyrimidine structure or pyrimidine bases, the numbering system is given in a clockwise manner. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a clockwise manner. Okay, you can write down this. In the pyrimidine, the numbering system is started from this nitrogen, below nitrogen, and given in a clockwise manner. And how to draw the structure? Okay, remember this. From this nitrogen, okay, NCN CCC. Okay, just mug up these things. NCN CCC. Okay, this is the structure of pyrimidine. From the first one, you are going to give the number 1, and you have to go clockwise direction. NCN CCC. Okay. Yes. This is about the pyrimidine. Then what are the purines? Purine is also a combination of pyrimidine and the imidazole ring. Okay, means purine, it is a 6-member pyrimidine ring which is fused to the 5-member imidazole ring. Now tell me the amino acid in which the imidazole ring is present. Give me the name of amino acid. Chalo fast. Give me the name of amino acid in which the imidazole ring is present as side group. You have done with your assignments now? Yes. Tell me the name of amino acid. Fast. Darshana.
And tryptophan.
What?
Tryptophan.
Tryptophan. Okay. What is your opinion? Another one. Kirti. Krishna. Kirti and Krishna, what is your opinion? Tell me the name of amino acid in which imidazole ring is present. Am I audible to everyone now? Am I audible or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Then tell me.
Histidine.
Histidine. Okay. Anyone? Yes. Which one? You can put it into the chat box also. Your answer. You are taking too much of time. Means your amino acid chapter is not clear. You are not done proper study of amino acids. What I told you, it is very important. Do it properly. Okay? After the lecture, check the amino acid. Yes, so we are seeing here about the purine. Okay, so purine, it is a pyrimidine ring which is fused with the imidazole ring, in which the 2 nitrogen atoms at the position 1st and 3, same like the pyrimidine rings, and another 2 are also present, which is at the 7th and the 9th position, which is in the imidazole ring. This is also planar structure. General formula is C5H4N. Yes. So see, constant here, purine structure. The same way, NCN, CCC. Again, for imidazole ring, start from here, NCN. Okay, after drawing this structure, you have to give the number. There are the steps. Okay, first of all, draw the structure. How to draw the structure? NCN, CCC, and NCN. Okay, after drawing, then you have to give the numbering. How to give the numbering? In the pyrimidine, you have to give the numbering in a clockwise manner. Start from this nitrogen. And in the purine, what you have to do? You have to give the numbering from this nitrogen. Okay, and anti-clockwise. In the pyrimidine, you have to go clockwise manner like this. In the pyrimidine, you have to go anti-clockwise manner like this. Anti-clockwise against your clock. Okay. So the numbering is given like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. You are going anti-clockwise in the purine ring. After that, 7, 8, 9. Okay. After giving numbering, you have to put the double bonds. Okay. Then how to put the double bonds? Starting from here, this nitrogen. Okay. Alternate bond is a double bond. Okay. 1. So here there is a no double bond. Again, second double bond. So here there is a no double bond. Again, third double bond. So here there is a no double bond. Okay, so you have to put double bond alternately starting from this end, and in this imidazole ring starting double bond from this end. So here only one double bond is there. Okay, yes, so in this way you are completed with your purine structure, and in this way you are completed with your pyrimidine structure. Is there any difficulty with this two structure? Anyone has any difficulty? Yes or no? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, so these are your nitrogenous bases, pyrimidines and the purines. Okay, examples of the pyrimidine, uracil, thymine, and the cytosine. Okay, so what is the general name or molecular name of this cytosine? You have to remember these things. You have to mug up these things. The structure may be asked to draw in your exam. Okay, cytosine. What is the another name for cytosine? 2-oxy-4-aminopyrimidine. What is cytosine? 2-oxy-4-aminopyrimidine. Okay. Now the same way you have to draw the structure. It is a pyrimidine, so you have to draw the structure of pyrimidine. NCNCCC. Then give the numbering from here. 1. Go clockwise. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. After numbering, put the double bond. 1, 2, and 3. After putting double bond, you have to put these groups. 2-oxy-4-amino. So what is the second group? Yes, here is the second group. 2-oxy means double bond O, and 4-amino. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 at the fourth position, attach the amino group. Okay, here is a double bond, so this double bond we cannot put. Okay, valency of nitrogen will be completed. So to complete the valency of nitrogen, you have to add the hydrogen here. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. 3 nitrogen valency is completed, and here is a carbon. So what is the valency of carbon? 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Valency of carbon is also completed. So this is the structure of cytosine. What is its name? 2-oxy-4-amino-pyrimidine. Then thymine. What is the thymine molecular name? 5-methyl-2,4-dioxypyrimidine. Di. Di. Okay. Di. Di means 2. And De. De means which deprives of. Deprives means absent. Okay. Note the difference between Di and De. If there is a Di, means there is a 2-oxy group, means 2 oxygen group is there. And if there is a De, means absence of oxygen. Okay. Yes. So molecular formula for the thymine, 5-4-dioxypyrimidine, CNCCC. Okay. Then give the number nitrogen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then the double bonds. Okay. Then 5-methyl-2,4-dioxy. 5-methyl. At the fifth position, attach the methyl group. 2,4-dioxy means at the second and the fourth position, add the oxygen group. And after putting these groups, you have to calculate about the double bonds. Okay. Means NCN. Okay. So nitrogen has valency 3. So see here. H, this bond, this bond. So valency is completed. At the second number carbon, carbon has 4 valency. So this 1, 2, 3, 4 valency is completed. Add this nitrogen. Here at the fourth carbon, you have added the double bond O. So here you cannot put the double bond. Got my point or not? Here you cannot put the double bond. Why? Because at the fourth carbon, valency is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have to cancel double bond here. And if you cancel the double bond, the nitrogen has valency 3. So you have to put a hydrogen. You have to attach hydrogen to the nitrogen. Okay, yes. So nitrogen, hydrogen, 1 bond, this 1 bond, this 1 bond. 3 valency is completed. So in this way, you have to calculate and fix the double bond according to the valency of nitrogen and the carbon. Okay, carbon has 4 valency, nitrogen has 3 valency. If nitrogen is not completing the valency of 3, you have to attach the hydrogen to the nitrogen. Okay, so this is the structure of thymine. Then next, structure of uracil. What is the molecular for dipyrimide? What is the difference between thymine only for pyrimidine? Same way, draw the structure, give the numbering, and then add these 2 and 4 dioxy. Okay, these are the 3 pyrimidine structures. Uracil. Cytosine is 2-oxy-4-amino. Thymine is 5-methyl-2,4-dioxy. Uracil is 2,4-dioxy. The next one is the purine. Have you understood the structure of pyrimidine? How to draw? Got my point or not? Or shall I repeat? Tell me. Should I repeat or you got the point? You are listening to me or not?
Yes.
Dipali, Ashwini, Gajanan, Krishna, Harshali, Mohit, Shruti. Are you listening me or
Yes,
not?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so do you understand how to pyrimidine?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then next one, structure of purine. Adenine and guanine. These are the 2 examples of the purine. Okay, A and G. AG. Okay. Yes. And in pyrimidine, TCU. Okay, these 3 are the examples of pyrimidine, and A and G, adenine and guanine, are the examples of the purine. Now, how to draw the structure of this? Adenine means 6-amino purine. You have to remember these molecular names. Okay. Yes, adenine is 6-amino purine. Okay, so first of all, you have to draw the basic structure of purine. How to draw? From start to this N. NCN, CCC, NCN. Okay. After drawing this structure, you have to give the numbering. Numbering, you have to start the numbering from this nitrogen. Okay. And you have to go anti-clockwise because this is a purine. So you have to go anti-clockwise. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right? This is your numbering system. After numbering system, you have to put the double bond. From this nitrogen, 1 double bond, again double bond, again double bond, and here is a 1 double bond. After putting the double bond, you have to put this group. Adenine means what? 6-amino. At the 6th position, join the amino group. Amino means NH2 groups. Okay. After joining, you have to calculate the valency of each group, each atom is completed or not. For example, here is a nitrogen. Okay. Valency of nitrogen is 3. So how many bonds? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Valency is completed. So the carbon, so valency of carbon is 4. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Fourth one is remaining. So at this C, you have to attach the hydrogen. Okay. Whenever the valency is not completed, you can attach a hydrogen and you can fulfill the valency. Okay. In this way, you have to draw the structure of adenine. Second one is the guanine. Guanine, the molecular formula is 2-amino 6-oxo. 2-amino 6-oxy purine. The same way, you have to draw the structure of purine first of all, NCN, CCC, NCN. Give the numbering starting from this nitrogen anti-clockwise, then put the double bond, then put these groups 2 amino and 6 oxo. Second position, join the amino group, and 6 oxo, 6 position, join the O group, double bond O group. Okay, so in this way you can draw the structure by step by step wise manner, okay, of the purines and the pyrimidines. Okay, then what is mean by the nucleosides? So nucleosides, it is in which the nitrogenous bases and it is attached to the pentose sugar by means of the glycosidic linkage. So mark this point. Nitrogenous bases is attached to the sugar by means of the which bond? Beta glycosidic bond. Why? Because there is a sugar, okay, and sugar, which bond is present in the sugar? Beta glycosidic linkages. So anything which is joined to the sugar, this is joined by the glycosidic linkages. Yes, and this glycosidic bond, it is either formed in between the first carbon of the sugar, and if the nitrogen base is purine, then the first carbon of the sugar to the 9th carbon of the purine, or if the base is pyrimidine, then the first nitrogen of the pyrimidine. Okay, glycosidic bond or nucleoside is formed between the sugar and what? Nitrogen bases. Okay, so the bond, this glycosidic bond is formed in between the carbon first of the pentose sugar, and if the nitrogenous base is purine, then add the N9, and if the nitrogen base is pyrimidine, then they add the N position. Okay, for the formation of this bond, one water molecule is removed. Okay, yes, and the purine nucleosides are N9 nucleosides, and the pyrimidine nucleosides are N1 glycosides or N1 nucleosides. Okay, after 10 minutes the lecture will be stopped. You have to rejoin for attendance also. Okay, how many students are there? 35 students are there. Okay, so rejoin again for your presenting. The nucleosides are generally named for the particular purines and the pyrimidines. Okay, yes. The nucleosides which contain the ribose sugar is called as ribonucleosides, and which contain the deoxyribose sugar known as the deoxyribonucleoside. Yes, these are the examples of the ribonucleosides and the deoxyribonucleosides. Yes, so there are trivial name also and abbreviations also for this nucleosides. Okay, ribo means the ribose sugar is there. Ribose sugar attached to the nitrogenous base. Deoxyribose means deoxy sugar is attached to the deoxyribose sugar is attached to the nitrogenous bases. Yes, so examples of ribonucleosides are means base plus sugar. Adenine plus ribose gives adenine ribonucleoside. Okay, and trivial name is what? Adenosine. Okay, now see, when there is a ribonucleoside, then at the end, add the suffix sine is there, sine. Okay, or ine is there. No, if there is a purine, okay, if the base is purine, what are the examples of purine? A and G. And what examples of pyrimidine? T, C, and U. Okay. Yes. So if the din, then ding is with the SIN sign, and if there is a pin, then it ending with the TINE or DINE. Okay, dine. Yes. Adenine plus ribose gives adenine ribonucleoside. Trivial name is adenosine. Abbreviation is ANR. Guanine, guanine ribonucleoside. Guanosine, GR. Cytosine, cytidine. Why? Because it is a pyrimidine base. Then thymidine, uridine. Deoxyribose means what? Only sugar is deoxyribo. So the trivial name is deoxyadenosine, deoxyguanosine, deoxythymidine, excuse me, and deoxyuridine. Yes, so this is the classification of the nucleosides, pyrimidine nucleosides and the purine nucleosides, pyrimidine ribonucleosides and pyrimidine deoxyribonucleosides. In the purine also, purine ribonucleoside and purine deoxyribonucleosides. Examples are same. Okay. Yes, examples are same. Uridine, cytidine, deoxythymidine, deoxycytidine. Okay. Yes. This is the representative structure of the nucleoside. So this is the structure of nucleoside. Adenosine and deoxycytidine. Two examples are given here. Now see, adenosine. Adenine is a purine base. Purine means which is made up of from the two rings. Okay. So here the purine base is drawn, and adenosine means what? 6-aminopurine. Adenine, what is the chemical name or molecular name? 6-aminopurine. So at the 6th position, amino group is attached. NCN, CCC, NCN. Numbering is given, double bond is given, amino group is put over here. So this is your adenosine, or this is your adenine nitrogen bases. Now, what I told you, that the ribose sugar is formed the beta glycosidic linkage with the purine at the N9th position and with the pyrimidine at the N1 position. Okay, so adenine is a purine. So at the N9 position, this is the beta glycosidic linkage with the carbon number 1. So this is your pentose sugar. Right, this is your pentose sugar. This is the first carbon of the pentose. It forms the glycosidic linkage. Okay, yes. So this is the adenosine. This is the deoxycytidine. Adenosine means it is a ribose sugar. Ribose means at the 2'. This is the first carbon. This is the second carbon of that sugar. So at that second carbon, OH group is there. So here you can see there is a one line. So here OH group is attached over here. That's why it is adenosine. And deoxycytidine means at the 2' of this ribose sugar, there is a deprivation of the oxygen group. Okay, so at the 2', you cannot see or you are not able to see the line which is drawn over here. So there is a no OH group, right? So this is deoxycytidine. In this way, you have to draw the structure. Okay, in exams also, the question may come like draw the structures of purines or pyrimidines. Then give the examples with the structures. So in this case, you have to draw these structures. Okay, it is necessary. Then nucleotide and nucleic acid nomenclature. Okay, so what is difference between nucleotide and nucleotide? Nucleoside means only the phosphate group is not there, but sugar is joined to the nitrogenous bases by means of the beta glycosidic linkage. Nucleotide means nucleoside plus phosphate. Okay, that means the nucleotide. So how the nomenclature is given? Nucleoside nomenclature we already seen: adenosine, deoxyadenosine, guanosine, deoxyguanosine, In case of the nucleotide, if you attach the phosphate group, okay, then how the nucleotide is pronounced? It's pronounced as adenylate. Okay. At the end, LATE is attached. Late is attached. Means phosphate group is there, and this is the examples of nucleotide. Adenylate, deoxyadenylate, guanylate, deoxyguanylate. Deoxy means present in DNA, and if there is a no deoxy means it is present in the RNA. Pyrimidine, cytidine, deoxycytidine, thymidine, deoxythymidine, and uracil, it is a base which is only present in the RNA, so it is uridine. Then nucleotide, cytidylate, deoxycytidylate, thymidylate, deoxythymidylate, and uridylate. Okay. These are the representative structures of the nucleotide.